Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, September 18th, 2014. Traders, I am coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Cloudy skies, looks like rain, not a day for the beach. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I am your moderator through the market opening preview every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, always remember on Friday after the New York close, we do the Friday wrap-up where we look between 12 and 15 daily charts and take a look at the long-range picture for the following week. Traders, I started trading in 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, came to Thailand on a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, today I'm still here and loving Thailand and love trading. The time zone in Thailand is awesome. I can trade all 3 trading sessions. That would be Asia, London, and New York, and still get a good night's rest. Traders, all right, let's get to the legal stuff. This is the Forex disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not indicative of future results. All right, traders, let's move over to the news and commentary. Got a lot for you today in there. We had the big FOMC, but let me get to the news first. Let's see what we have coming out in the calendar. Actually, in Asia, it was a very quiet Asia session. I was in the live trading room, and it was very quiet, nothing really moving. Today in the London session, we have retail sales month on month, which is a high impact data release. In the US today, we have building permits, also high impact data. Please keep that on record. And yes, Fed Chair Auntie Yellen speaks today in New York. So we have the Fed Chairwoman speaking after her FOMC statement. And all right, so FOMC came out yesterday, as I was just saying, and basically they're saying they're not going to even think about raising interest rates until mid-2015, which is contrary to what they said their last meeting, which they were looking at starting in November or January of this year. So that moved the markets crazily, and the Dow was up 0.15%, the S&P 500 was up 0.13%, with the Nasdaq up at 0.15%, and moving across the pond, the DAX actually closed up 0.30%, the FTSE 100 was down 0.17%, and the CAC 40 was up 0.50%, with the Euro Stoxx 50 up 0.54%. All right, traders, let's move over to Asia, where I am, and these markets are currently trading. The Nikkei 225 is up 1.04%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Sydney, Australia, is negative 0.34%. The Shanghai just barely in the red at 0.03%. The Hang Seng is also negative at 0.63%. Ending our live trading markets, the Kospi is actually down negative 0.70%. So, commentary for today. What do we need to watch for today? Well, we have a couple of things to watch out for. Well, one, the FOMC stuff came out. The statements were made. What's done is done. However, a lot of these currency pairs moved a lot of pips. So, there's a very good chance we're going to see very little price action today. So, you might need to get on your scalp hat. Some pairs didn't move. When you see some of these charts, you're going to be surprised. Some of these pairs like didn't even move, i.e. the pound dollar. Like it just stayed there. It hardly budged. But you look at the New Zealand dollar, it dropped like a rock. The Aussie dropped like a rock. The Euro dropped like a rock. I mean, a lot of these currency pairs really took this FOMC and took it to heart, because that's good for, the dollar, right? It's just going to make the dollar stronger and stronger. I was looking at the dollar index chart today, and it's going through the moon, or going to the moon at a very fast rate. And by the way, if you do not have a dollar index chart, just look at the dollar yen and they're pretty much correlated almost exactly. All right, traders, let's move over to the 60-minute Forex charts. And let's take a look at them. We've got 6 charts to look at, and we'll start with the euro. Look at this move from FOMC. Look at this bounce off right from that 200 exponential moving average. Just absolutely kicked it back. You can see where I have a pullback all the way to the 38.2 at 1.2933, 29.30. That is not going to happen, traders. If you can get to the 50%, that would be great. You might even only get to the 618. I don't know how far these pairs are going to move back. Remember, these are hourly charts. So we're going to have to see some kind of pretty good movement to see if these pairs decide to do anything. All right, let's take a look at the pound. The pound did a little bit of movement, but it's still hanging out. There's that trend line that we put in there, and the pound is still in this little range. It popped up, then came back down. I guess it came down from the FOMC news, so it did move. I said it didn't. It did a little bit. And, now we're back in the same spot we were yesterday, right? And now we're between a trend line and the 200 exponential moving average. So I am bearish in the pound dollar, and I expect this to come down. Dollar strength is all over the place. So until somebody or someone can show me that I should not be buying the dollar on a certain pair, well, then I'll go that way. So basically what that's saying is just trade what's in front of you. All right, here's the Aussie dollar, the crazy Aussie. The Aussie actually did very well yesterday. Actually hit our target profit almost to the pip. And we're basically going to do a repeat of yesterday. We just want this to pull back to that 38.2 fib. Looks like 90.44, 90.45. Let's get that back up there, and we'll just take that back down. If it comes up to the 23.6, that's okay, because you know what? That's at 90.03. And if that comes all the way back down to 89.56, I mean, that's a 40 pip trade, 45 pip trade. So if it goes back to the 23.6, you get a bearish candlestick formation, grab onto that and grab it. And looks like the gap was filled. The gap was finally filled. All right, let's head over to the Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie did very little yesterday. Really didn't react to the FOMC statement. Was still sideways. I actually didn't even have to change the fib on this. So we're just waiting for the same thing. I'm just looking for a bearish candlestick formation. Now let's take this down to the 200 exponential moving average at 1.4213, and we're just going to let this baby sink and take it down. But I'm expecting the Euro Aussie to hopefully take the trend back down to the downside. Realize that the Euro Yen lately has been bullish. So sort of like taking a little risk here, but I'm thinking it's going to sell off. So just keep an eye on that. Coming over to the Euro Yen, the Euro Yen absolutely made a statement. You remember yesterday I was saying that the Euro Yen was at, in a range of resistance, and it really hasn't made a statement whether it wants to go long or wants to go short. Well, it popped out of its range yesterday, and it is bullish. So of course you see the last 4 or 5 candles are sideways. That's because we're in Asia, and Asia is typically very slow, and there was no data out in Asia today to move it. So let's get a pullback to the 38.2, which is at 138.90, and you know what, 138.82, somewhere in that area, and we'll look to long this and take this all the way back up to 139.62. I think that'd be a great trade. If it doesn't come all the way back, to where the 38.2 is, if it goes back to the 618 or the 50 Fibonacci level, my friends, grab on and go. But let's try to get it to pull back as much as we can before the London Open. Traders, the pound dollar did amazingly with the FOMC. This pound is bearish. It's back to its bearish ways again. Moved very nicely. Now we need to see if we can get this back up to take this back down again. I'd like to see it come to that 50%. If we can get it to the 50% at 81.50, you know what? Take it. I know I've got it marked at 81.83. I don't think it's going to come back up that far today. These pairs have moved a lot of pips, and it's typical, like a typical NFP Friday, right? If you get a good number and the pairs move a lot, what happens on Monday? No price action. Well, basically, we're going to get the same effect, I would think, today. So it's a very good chance that our price action today is going to be very little. So therefore, put on your scalp hat. Grab 15 pips, 18 pips, 16 pips, get out. Go to the next one. and do the same thing. Do that 3 times, end your day, and catch you tomorrow. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 charts we're going to take a look at today. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining us today for the market opening preview, brought to you every single day before the London Open. Traders, don't forget on Friday at the New York close, we have the Friday wrap-up, where we'll go over about 12 to 15 daily charts and take a look at the week to come. Traders, you have yourselves a great trading day, coming to you live from cloudy skies and looks like rain today in Pattaya. And, well, I'll be staying in the office, trading, looking for some pips. Traders, have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Take care now. Bye-bye.